Hello everybody, we're just a few weeks away now from our North East Conference, which is taking place in Newcastle on the 16th and 17th of November. I'm delighted to be joined by our new Regional Manager for the North, Steph Kelley, and we're just going to have a chat to give you an insight into what you can expect from that conference. So Steph, we're just, as I said, a few weeks away from the conference. It's been a really interesting time for housing, hasn't it really? Do you think that this year's conference comes at an important time for housing professionals?
It definitely does. I think it's at a crucial time for housing. I think it's right top of the government's agenda. I think they've put a real sense of importance at looking at social housing and looking at the housing crisis. So I really think this year's conference is really, really timely. Not only that, I mean, yesterday Theresa May asked some key leaders from around the sector, including the CIH's very own Terry Alifatt, to go along, sit down and really talk to her about the problems and the struggles that the sector's experiencing. And I think it's really important that other professionals from across the board, but specifically within the region, really get together and hone in on those issues.
Yeah, so many challenges as well, aren't there? I mean, and some of those specific to the North, to be fair. I mean, we talk a lot, don't we, about affordability and supply, and they sort of tend to dominate discussions, even the stuff that we've sort of seen in the press and in at party conferences and stuff over recent weeks. What about the North? There are some specific issues in the North which obviously will be kind of addressed and looked at the conference. Give us an insight into what some of those issues are for the region.
Yeah, I think just to kind of expand on what you've said there, I think we always talk about supply and demand, and we talk about affordability, and those aren't exclusive to any one area, but in the North we have some really key issues that are really only kind of being seen in the North. So I think we as a region have a really big problem with the quality of housing stock and the tenure options available for people. They're suffering something, you know, as Homes for the North, the Alliance of the 19 really key RPs have identified as the brain drain, and that's all about creating homes for people, for business people who want those type of properties to live in and to work in the area. And I think unless we really get the quality of housing right, the tenure options right within the area, we're never going to attract those key people that businesses so desperately are wanting to bring to the area. So if we are ever going to kind of compete with the South in terms of having that business hub.
Yeah, and some of the issues, some of the speakers and the sessions at the conference are gonna look at exactly those kinds of things, aren't they? Yeah. Can you give us a bit of a flavour of who we've got speaking at the conference and sort of some of the issues that they're going to be exploring?
Yeah, so you've got some really kind of key people, leaders within from the region, and as we talk about the North, we talk about the North West, the North East and the Yorkshire and Humberside in particular. So we've got Carol Matthews, Riverside, we've got Mark Henderson, Home Group, Ian Wardle, 13 Group, and they're really going to come along, and they're all part of the Homes for the North Alliance, really knowledgeable, really passionate about this issue. They're going to come and talk to delegates about their experiences, about the journey that they feel the North is on. But what's really interesting is they're also really keen to hear from delegates about on the ground what's happening. So as a sector, we can really get this collective voice behind us and really talk to government about what we feel are the issues. So they're going to talk about real practical things, but there's also going to be kind of sessions like the Unconference, which we'll come on to in a little while, but really participative and really kind of get people involved in the discussions, and look at maybe things that we haven't necessarily thought about up until now.
Yeah, that's a really important point, isn't it? I think, you know, this is definitely not a conference where people are just going to come and listen, is it?
No.
You know, tell us a bit more about the kind of interactive bits of it, and are there some housing practice elements to it as well?
Yeah, so I mean there will be some, you know, as ever, there's a kind of an opportunity to hear for some sector leaders and really things that they're pioneering on and to gain some lessons. But there is a little bit of an unconference session, so that'll be the opportunity for delegates to come along. There'll be a range of topics, and that session will really be led by who the delegates are in the room, what type of things they want to talk about. So it's a really good opportunity. If you've got a problem yourself or your organisation has a problem as such, bring it to the table, get others talking about it and really see if you can collectively answer that problem or see, you know, what needs to generate a response from the sector. There'll also be some kind of key workshops, really practical things that you can kind of take back to your organisation and hit the ground running with, to try and kind of fix some of the issues that you're facing as a housing officer, for example. The conference is really geared at all levels, so it isn't just for senior officers, senior leaders. It's really aimed at, you know, like I've just said, operational officers on the ground dealing with customers on a day-to-day basis, middle managers who maybe wanting some sort of clear direction as to what they, how they could be taking their element of the business forward. But also sector leaders come together to network, to discuss these issues.
Yeah, and that networking bit's really important, isn't it, actually? So obviously we've got an exhibition at the conference as well as the sort of sessions. You've been to kind of events, you're relatively new to this role, and you've been to events like this at providers as well, haven't you? From your own perspective, how important do you think it is to sort of come together with fellow professionals from your area particularly?
Yeah, I think it's really crucial, because I think when else would you get the opportunity to meet some of these people? You know, I think the day-to-day job is you're so busy kind of fighting the fire, if you like, and kind of just doing the day job, that you would not necessarily get the opportunity to network, to speak to other people, to get some ideas, to really make those really important links. And those links are really important for the sector, because I think if we are going to have our voice heard, we really need that collective momentum behind us of everybody kind of saying, yeah, I feel that from where I'm coming from. So from that respect, the conference is really important. I think it offers a really great opportunity. And as you know, we've offered the Delegate of the Future. So for those who've never been to the conference before, what better way of coming along to something like this for free, if you can get someone to bring you along for free, if you've never been before, access to all of these really knowledgeable people, and ask some questions. But like also, it's not just about the network, and it's about going along to the sessions, participating, getting some information back, getting some learning back, and then really taking that back to your organisation, your place of work, and hopefully improving the service that you deliver.
Well, thanks, Steph. That's really great. You can find lots more information about the North East Conference. You can even look at the programme on our website, CIH.org. If you just look in the event section, you'll find it there. There are still places, but they are going quickly now, so make sure you take a look at that. And thanks for watching.